So several vehicles have been impounded for transporting people without operating licenses on the R571 between KwaMaqeza and Komatipoort in Mpumalanga. This is where the Department of Roads and Transport is currently conducting a road safety operation as part of government's efforts to reduce fatalities. Newzroom Afrika's Mweli Masilela is following the story for us. Mweli, it's effectively a sting that's being conducted this morning.
Yes, indeed, Michelle. It's quite a massive operation, and it is led by women only who are under the Transport Directorate at the Department of Public Works, Roads and Transport here in Mpumalanga. This is an operation, Michelle, that started on the 11th of August, and already about 2 areas have been visited, which include Moloto as well as Lydenburg. And I can tell you that in those 2 operations in Moloto and Lydenburg, about 100 vehicles were impounded, and since this morning about 19 vehicles have been impounded during this operation, which started at around 5 a.m. This area, Michelle, has been targeted mainly because there's been an outcry. There are many people who are working in farms around this area, and they are being transported using open trucks, which is against the law, and those officers on the ground are actually saying that there is a problem they have been trying to attend to for a long time, and seemingly those people who are owning the farms around this area are not heeding to their call to stop this, because most of the time you find that people get involved in road crashes because of the manner in which they are being transported. We know also in terms of scholar transport, there's quite a number of vehicles that have already been impounded by the traffic officers on the ground because they don't have those operating licenses. So the officials on the ground, Michelle, are saying that they'll continue with this operation not only here between KwaMaqeza and Komatipoort, but also in other different parts of the province.
I suppose the question, Mweli, is, how do we keep tabs on this problem of unlicensed vehicles transporting a number of people in those open back trucks? Surely it's something that once police have left the area, will just resume.
I remember very well, Michelle, in 2012 there was a huge or a very bad road crash. It was involving the very same trucks that we are seeing today, as well as a train in Hectorspruit. And this is a matter that officials as well as police officers committed themselves to try and attend to, but seemingly it's not stopping. If I remember very well, Michelle, in that particular accident about more than 20 people died, and we've seen quite a number of road crashes also involving these trucks around the province. So officials are saying that they are doing their best, because what we know is that once these vehicles are impounded, they have to be those who are the owners of those vehicles have to pay a fine of about 2,500 rand. But that's not enough, Michelle. They can pay that fine, but if this is continuing, the concern is that we'll continue to have those road crashes and lose many lives on the roads, Michelle.
Yeah, absolutely. At the same time, Mweli, the people who were being transported by these vehicles, they still need to get to work this morning. Are they now also left stranded?
Many of those people are still stuck here, Michelle, because the officials on the ground are saying that they can't be allowed to use these vehicles to go to work. They must at least get alternative transport, because immediately after it's discovered that those who are driving these vehicles, they don't have the proper documentation, those vehicles are immediately impounded. But of course, I spoke to some of the people here. They are saying that as much as they understand that this is meant to protect them, this is all about their safety, but they are concerned that their managers at work will maybe come hard on them because of what is happening, because we know that since 5 a.m. quite a number of people have been asked to get out of those vehicles that have been impounded, and they are still waiting, while others have tried to get alternative transport, Michelle. But officials on the ground are saying that they have to send a strong message. They don't have to be lenient, because we know that many lives have already been lost, and we are now heading to the festive season. So these are things that they must ensure that there is a lot of focus on the roads. Those who are using the roads, especially the major roads, are safe when traveling, Michelle.
Absolutely. Incredibly important. No one can deny that operation taking place there, but let's hope that it doesn't affect the employment of the people who are being transported there this morning. Mweli, Masilela, thanks very much indeed.